When I mention food memories, what is the first thing you think of? I really find it interesting that all five of our senses are brought into play with memories from food. It's how it tastes, maybe who you were with, the smell of something baking, and there's lots of different emotions that are tied to food as well. Maybe you think of grandma's apple pie, which brings back good memories. Maybe it's baking cookies with your mom when you were younger. Maybe it's even a family member's dish that they bring to Thanksgiving that reminds you of that. Hey, Elon. So there's also, I think about candy from when I was younger. Fun Dip. I really enjoyed Fun Dip, or Now and Laters. Those were some good candy memories of mine. Going to Ben Franklin and buying candy like that. Fun Dip. There's also another memory that I have of my grandma's house at Christmas time. She would always make anise candy, or anise. Some people say it differently. Anyway, small little red candy that she would make, and that hard candy, that licorice flavor, just reminds me of her. So there's also some negative emotions, negative memories also that we have with food. Maybe you had a bout of food poisoning after you ate something, and to this day you can no longer stomach the smell of that food or eat that food just because of those feelings that are brought back. Those memories that are brought back that made you sick. So I really find it amazing how powerful those memories of food are, whether it be good memories or bad memories. So I do want to tell you about one of my memories. The summer after I turned 15, I went to Europe on a short-term missions trip, traveled to 8 different countries in Europe. But I remember being overseas, and one of the candy bars that we found was called a Lion Bar. And it looks like this. So I know it's backwards here, but it's Lion Bar. I think it's made by Nestle right here. So one of those candy bars I remember eating, buying, because it was different. We didn't have it in the United States. And it brings back those good memories of that summer, the friends I made, and just the experience that I got to share. So fast forward a little bit. We lived in Belgium. Since we are a military family, we were stationed in Belgium overseas. And guess what? I saw a Lion Bar in line at the grocery store. So I bought it because it brought those good memories back. I was able to relive those memories of being 15 again and in Europe for the summer. And it just reminded me of good memories. Even though I'm not even really a big chocolate bar person or candy bar person, but I bought one because of the memories. I'd much rather prefer some dark chocolate from Belgium. However, I bought one of these Lion Bars because it reminded me, I think I was in England when I bought my very first one. So fast forward some more, and here we are in Kansas City. And I go to our military commissary, and guess what I see on the shelf? Yes, this Lion Bar right here. So I bought it, and like I said, it's still been in my cupboard, so I haven't eaten it yet. But it reminds me of now 2 different things. My summer after I was 15 when I went to Europe, and it reminds me of living in Belgium and enjoying that time, and we loved it. It's our favorite place that we've lived. So I bought it mainly for the memories. And it's also reminded me of another example that I thought of. It was about 2009 or 2010. We were living in Washington State, and I remember watching The Biggest Loser. Now, I don't agree with everything on The Biggest Loser. I don't completely agree with all of their methods, but I was watching the show, and there was this gentleman on The Biggest Loser, and he was obese, struggling with his weight. He was on the show, and he was sharing about his comfort food being cheeseburgers. And his dad was no longer in the picture, but he remembers when he was younger, his dad would take him out for cheeseburgers. So cheeseburgers became his food memory that he held on to that comforted him, and therefore struggled with his weight. He was extremely obese, and now he was on The Biggest Loser. So not in a happy place with his weight. So thinking of those examples brought me to think about how do we deal with these food memories, and how do we gain control over these memories, and some that are definitely not so good. So we do need to find some food freedom. And I believe we need to look at food as fuel. Maybe you've heard the saying, eat to live, not live to eat. In the Faster Way to Fat Loss, we track what we're eating, first of all, just to make sure that we're getting enough. A lot of people are under eating nowadays. So we do want to make sure we're eating enough to fuel our bodies. The second thing is we strive to eat the right balance of macronutrients. We're making sure we get enough protein. We're making sure we get enough of those healthy fats and those good carbohydrates that our body needs for energy. So if reliving a memory with food is enjoyable to you, in the Faster Way on Saturdays, we have what we called our leg day treat. So this is not technically a reward, so to speak, for how we've been doing, but it's just enjoying our food and enjoying something you've been craving. It's learning to live with that comfort food as a lifestyle in a healthy way. So that would be a great time for me to enjoy my Lion Bar and bring back all those memories. So rather than continuously giving into your cravings, going through this cycle of emotional eating, and feeling bad about it afterwards, maybe binging, also obsessing about eating too much, and then you are caving into your cravings or you're overindulging, and then there's this cycle of then feeling guilty about it and then not eating, and it just becomes a vicious cycle. So I would love to teach you a little bit more about food freedom and how you can have that. So my next 6-week group starts on Monday in the Faster Way to Fat Loss, and I will coach you through our strategies of looking at food in a different way, learning to fuel our bodies properly, and learning how to burn fat effectively. So if this message speaks to you, I would love for you to share it with somebody else, or you can sign up with the link below or ask me any questions. I would love to share with you more about it. If you're watching on Instagram, my link is in my bio, and I hope you have a great day.